Diablo 4 is life. Diablo 4 is amazing. Diablo 4 is the best game ever created. And if you think otherwise, I'm sorry to say this, but no, you're wrong. You're wrong. 10 reasons why Diablo 4 is a superior game to anything.
I think at this point in time, while everybody is glazing Path of Exile 2, it's super important for us to remain grounded. And a video like this is very, very important because we need to remember some simple facts as to why Diablo, the franchise itself, but also just Diablo 4 with its most recent expansion, is by far the superior game as well as experience, especially if you are an ARPG veteran like myself, somebody who has grown up with the
An ARPG veteran, keep in mind, in the medium double-digit IQ. It's true. It's true.
genre and essentially knows quality from, you know, something that's just basically really cool right now while everybody's supporting it, but you know, it eventually goes away. So in this video, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go through
Diablo 4 is forever.
10 easy reasons why Diablo 4 and the Diablo franchise is better than Path of Exile, Path of Exile 2, or pretty much anything from that whole camp. Let's get started. We'll start with the easy stuff first, where it's very simple to understand why Diablo is better, and we'll get to the harder ones.
The class design, the skill wig, the items that don't exist, the end game that still kind of is lacking, even though that's all they try to do, the map that no one cares about, the unreasonably shitty experience of leveling. Then, oh god, there's so many reasons. There, this is gonna be great.
So first things first, reason number one, microtransactions. This is the Diablo 4 store, and you'll notice that yes, we do
I said what I said. Okay, you convinced me. Oh, that's hog. Baited me hot. Yeah, this is bait. Okay, listen, I don't have the greatest opinion of Diablo 4 players, obviously, but fuck, even Diablo 4 players not gonna try and say... Well, PC Gamer did, unironically, write an article about how Diablo 4's drip is so better than Path of Exiles, and that everything Path of Exile does is just a low-quality ripoff off of Diablo, so I wouldn't honestly be surprised, but no, this is too much bait. There's no way, okay? There's no way. This is bait. This is bait. And the fact that Hog's here saying baited, yeah, that proves something. God damn it.
have microtransactions in here, of course, but all of this stuff is cosmetics. There are skins for horses. There's, you know, like, you know, you can
$90 skins for horses. And by the way, Diablo 4 has one of the worst cosmetic stores ever. Their best cosmetic, and I'm being serious, by the way, the only thing that's worth buying, and that's $50, I think, or 30 at the minimum, is portal color skins. I'm not kidding, by the way. If there is anything I would ever spend money on Diablo, it's portal, a different portal color. Town portal, different color. And I know that sounds stupid because this, but that is unironically their best microtransaction.
You can buy like weapon skins, you can get like a whole outfit, everything like that. But the point is, this stuff is all optional. None of this makes you play better. None of this makes you get further in the game. All of this is just Riz for your character. And so you can completely sidestep any of this without having to swipe your credit card once, meaning that Diablo is the superior experience because what you're doing is you pay once at the beginning. And then, of course, if you want to engage in things like season passes and stuff like that, you pay once for the main game, you pay once for the expansion, and you're done. If you want to buy this stuff, you want to spend daddy's credit card, then
Frost of Cocytus? Wait, is Cocytus a mythical creature? What is Cocytus? Because Cocytus is the name of... Cocytus or Cocytus is the river veiling in the underworld in Greek mythology. Cocytus flows in the river... Oh, that was the river's name? Oh, River Hades and the underworld mythology of the dead. There are rivers. Blah, blah. What is the meaning of Cocytus? Cocytus in American English. The river veil. No, everything's Greek mythology. Overlord has Cocytus, and it's a character, and it's a frosting. The frost of Cocytus. I have never heard of a mythological figure named Cocytus that is associated with frost. Please leave comments so me be smarter.
Sure, go right ahead, but other than that, you're good to go with that one amount that you spend at the beginning. Next up is whatever the hell this dystopian nightmare of a shop is in Path of Exile 2.
I mean, he has a point. Fucking here, the shop looks like it was pulled from someone's a-hole.
Which is just jam-packed with early access support packages and all this stuff. A lot of like cosmetics and so on, which, yes.
To be fair, again, I don't like how the shop looks, but it is actually ironically still better than D4's.
Diablo has that as well. But then also just sort of like slid in the back here, just general things which actually improve your game if you are actually buying them, like stash tabs, like additional stash tabs,
God
everything like that, upgrading to premium stash tab, currency stash tabs. All of these things make the game easier and better for the person who's paying for them. And so that, in my definition, I mean, if this isn't pay to win, or at the very least pay for comfort, then I don't know what is. And I mean, in the time where we are now in the gaming space, is this not the sort of thing that we frown upon? Like, honestly, this doesn't exist in Diablo and hasn't existed in Diablo. And if Diablo tried to do this, we would be on them so bad. But it's okay that this game does it. Next up, sticking with this game now, we all know the quality that Diablo brings to the table when it comes to telling a story. I'm in Act 3 of Path of Exile 2 now. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what the story is. It is what it is.
Going on. It's a mixed match of just being very on the nose and just like not keeping any mystery, any suspense there, or basically not knowing exactly where you are in the game, who you're supposed to kill, why someone's suddenly a bad guy, why someone's a good guy. It's just a mess. It's terribly...
You know what's the irony here? Some people actually unironically agree with this. Even though Diablo 4's story is just literally pain. It is so bad. I have a 30-minute video where I go over the Vessel of Hatred full story, and how at no fucking point it even makes a single lick of sense. No character is likable, no action is reasonable, everything is just sad.
Put together. Diablo is the only game that can build suspense to a point. I mean, we're up to the first expansion already, and Diablo hasn't even shown up yet. That is building up to such a awesome story point and delivery when we maybe see him in like the second or hopefully the third expansion. I hope they make that many expansions. But the point is, we haven't even seen the titular character that the game is named after in yet. That is suspense building and story building that you cannot find anywhere else, especially in this ARPG. Good. And then thirdly, I just gotta ask, what the fuck is this? Like, this, for anybody who's unaware, is the table where you pick your skills. This is the passive skills table. So this is like attribute boost, and it unlocks like additional abilities, and you can slot jewels in here and all this stuff. But this is the primary, you know, system in the game that increases your character power. Yes, you get it from gear and stuff like that, and the skill gems and blah 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 blah. But this is the primary way in which every time when you level, you get a point and you click it in. But how the fuck are you supposed to know where you have these guys signed some kind of an like exclusivity agreement with all the content creators, because this is automatic content for them, because no normal human being can figure this shit out. This is ridiculous. I have a civil engineering degree and I have no idea what they're trying to get me to do here.
Well, should have gotten an uncivil engineering degree. Who cares about a civilian engineer? What are you gonna do? Fucking build a trebuchet?
This is how you do a fucking skill tree.
The skill
1 to 2, possibly 3 choices tops. Super easy to figure out. You can
and the best part, those choices don't even matter. Yeah, that's how you can never be wrong.
Quickly re-gear everything. You know, you can quickly test between the 2 options, see which one you like. There's no kind of weird stuff that you have to understand. No weird substats and everything that don't matter, like accuracy and stuff like that, which you get in Path of Exile 2. Just a lot simpler to work with. I get the fact that some people want things to be a little bit complex.
ginormous and factually based.
It's a little bit hard to figure out, but I don't want to have a fucking Rosetta Stone to just understand the basics of leveling my character from 1 to 10. Then in 4th place, honestly, I can't fucking keep a straight face anymore. This started out as like satire just to kind of like cheer me up on like a, you know, a pretty boring Monday. And yeah, I can't pull this shit off anymore. I want to first of all just start off by saying that, I mean, I'm like a gamer. I started in the, you know, late 80s, early 90s, and one of the earliest memories I have of where I had to earn playing a game was I, you know, had to do an insane amount of like summer jobs and everything like that. Actually, probably like more than one summer rotation where I was trying to save up money, pocket money, so I could buy my first shitty, beat up secondhand PC. So that I could play the original Diablo on it. I'd seen it at a friend's house. I fell in love with that shit, and eventually they wouldn't let me come to the house anymore to play the game. So I figured out I had to do something myself and get it. And I've been an avid supporter of the franchise, but also the genre of ARPGs ever since then. And I believe, like, in a way, like, I've had rose-tinted glasses when it comes to like Diablo and everything like that. And I've come to realize that that's because Diablo is the Call of Duty of the ARPG world. And I don't mean in terms of like annual releases, because, you know, obviously that's not happening, but I really mean it in terms of like the inability for them to like just innovate and essentially just take chances and move the genre forward. And it takes a game like Path of Exile 2 and obviously Path of Exile 1, which is the shame because I avoided that game like the fucking plague, because I was scared for a lot of the things which I was making fun of in this video, but I didn't understand it, and now I do. I just came off an extremely intimate weekend with Path of Exile 2 since the launch, and I walked...
What the fuck? What did you do? What is this monologue? I'm so lost in the sauce.
Away from that, or I'm still in the fucking afterglow of that. But I've walked away from that a changed man.
Bro, he got Path of Exile pregnant, okay? Shit. That's not good.
And I get it.
Also, Path of Exile is a slut.
I get what people are talking about. It makes complete sense to me now. So I think, I mean, Path of Exile 2, again, coming from a guy who my really first Path of Exile experience is Path of Exile 2. So for a lot of you, you might be saying, well, fucking duh, bro, this has been the case with Path of Exile 1 since, you know.
That's actually so insane to think about. I didn't even think about this, honestly. The fact that a lot of people now are going to experience Path of Exile 2 before Path of Exile 1, and Path of Exile 2 is more complicated in many ways than Path of Exile 1, theoretically. Path of Exile 1 has more depth to a degree, but Path of Exile 2 is more complicated in the fights, the everything.
The beginning, but take it from someone who showed up late to the party. But the point is, I get it. I understand. This game might very well be a generational ARPG that in many ways sets the bar far higher than any of its predecessors before ever could. I hate the fact that I have to reduce my love for Diablo as a franchise, but also Diablo 4, to just pleasant memories, and that I can't link to anything in the game right now, which is something that I think is a good idea, works very well, is fun to interact with, anything like that, because I've tasted the forbidden fruit. So I mean, I know I've probably lost a whole bunch of people with that shit at the beginning of the video, but if you're still sticking around, and if you're on
somehow,
because my channel, you know, has a whole bunch of different genres on it, but there's definitely Diablo stuff on here as well. And I do know some of the people that watch my videos also do play ARPGs as well. And if you have for some reason been on the fence about trying this out, and you've been using the fact like there's, you know,
yep, don't be afraid. Hey, the people who are afraid of doing things and stuff like that, they always miss out. Don't be afraid. I mean, fuck. If you want to play Path of Exile, doesn't matter which one. There's always a guide you can do. Like, come on, you're in the modern age. There's guides for literally Diablo 4 skill builds, and those are completely useless for the absolute super majority of players, unless you're trying to get like a rank 1 in the ladder or some shit like that. Okay? No one cares. Path of Exile 2. just check out a guide. You don't even need to understand what you're doing, and you're still gonna have a great time because zap, zap, boom, bam, bam, and things happen, you know? Zoomers unite and stuff like that. It's not hard in the slightest. In any case, 10 out of 10. Man, I thought something so wrong. Yeah, okay, listen. I completely unironically fully believe that Diablo 4 super fanboys would legitimately defend the shop as like a bonus, like a good thing in the game that exists, and it should because it's so cool. A $90 horse? Count me in, baby. Okay? I have no doubts they would do it. And also, the skill twig thing is also, by the way, completely real. Diablo 4 super fans are gonna say this is bad because you have too many choices. You heard it here first, boys. Too many choices, bad. Suck. It's kind of insane, but I mean, what am I supposed to do about it? Okay. In any case, that was 10 out of 10. Honestly, that was the full measure. 10 out of 10. Bye bye.